Can I get an Aggie Pride?
Aggie Pride!
What is fraction magic, and what did Volkswagen do? And what do they have to do with voting? Fraction magic is a program that your vote is treated as decimals, and some people can have 3/5 of a vote. How do you like that number, huh?
Shouldn't need fractions for one person, one vote. When you have banking software, yeah, you need cents on the dollar, not for voting.
So that in the Republican leaning area, everybody's vote counts for like a vote, 1.3 votes. And in the Democratic leaning area, everybody's vote counts for like 0.7 votes. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, we're back to fractionalizing people, and it's based on who you want to win. There's a demonstration in a video called Fraction Magic on Black Box Voting on YouTube's ex-CIA head James Woolsey. The payload that the hackers would have delivered was, he said, a fractional program based on decimal counting.
When they tell you that the machines are working right because they ran a logic and accuracy test, I want you to know Volkswagen sold 580,000 diesel cars in this country, and they went through emissions. It cheated, not by 40%, not by 80%, but 40 times the limit.
The company admits it rigged 11 million vehicles worldwide to cheat on emissions tests. For that, Volkswagen was using software in its diesel cars to cheat on clean air tests. The software detects when the car is being tested. The engine then runs differently, making emissions seem cleaner than they ordinarily are. They find emissions are up to 40 times higher than legal limits, but the company repeatedly denies the claims to U.S. officials.
The logic and accuracy test only tells you that somebody programmed the database so that it has the correct races and candidates in the database on a particular day, namely the day that the Secretary of State did the logic and accuracy test. Unfortunately, because the computer is a black box, that doesn't tell you anything about what happened on election day. It only tells you that the computer was working a week or so before the election. And it's entirely possible for somebody to program the database so that it does one thing during the logic and accuracy test and something different on election day. It is also possible, if you have network connections, to change what the software is doing on election day.
We have elections coming up.
Yes.
You have midterms happening in America. You also have the presidential election, which will be on its way shortly after that.
Mm-hmm.
What can people do to protect their votes?
You have to register to vote, and there are organizations that are on the ground helping people like get the identification, get the documents they need. Check your voter registration page to make sure you're registered to vote, because they are notorious for purging people off the list close to an election.
Wow.
So you think that you're registered to vote, you go in to vote, and boom, your name's nowhere there, and then you're getting the runaround.
Right.
When we're seeing this kind of rush toward these new machines, voting machines, that where you cannot verify the ballot, you cannot verify that who you voted for or the initiatives that you voted for were actually what then gets tabulated. That means that they're vulnerable. That means that with just some quick coding, with just a quick flick of the switch, they're easily hackable, that American democracy is in trouble.
Ballots,